Kura. Kura.
Kura.
I call her Kay.
Yeah, that works.
Hey Jennifer.
It's very easy.
There's a lot of us that couldn't make it, and the reason I'm videoing now is so we can tell your story. So
Okay.
maybe you could explain to them what's going on, because I don't think that everybody knows the whole story.
Okay, you want to do it in here?
Yeah, we can do it on the way,
Okay,
sure.
come on in. I'll tell you. Where is
Everyone head on in.
They don't make these doors for people like me.
I'm going through the handicap accessible one.
Okay, well, we're called Shining a Light, and I came here about 4 years ago to Tanzania to work in an orphanage. And what I realized is that a lot of the children actually had mothers or somebody to care for them. But because the women in this country don't have, they're not educated, they have no training, and if they're neglected or abused or abandoned by their husband or their families for whatever reason, they have no way of providing for their family. And so that really touched my heart. And I had been here for a year or so, and I was trying to find a substantial project to get behind so I could stay. And so I was praying about what I could do with these women. And in the meantime, I was actually trying to find a guy who makes these sandals because I wanted to take them back for a fundraiser. I did all my own fundraising to live here and support myself here. And so I was praying about what I could do with the women, and I was seeking for this guy that could make these sandals. And no one would tell me because everyone wants you to buy them from them. So I was seeking and praying and searching and seeking and praying and searching. And one day I was out in the middle of nowhere, this oasis for Westerners where you can get a cheeseburger and a milkshake and French fries. And there's no Tanzanians out there. And I walked out of the bathroom and there was this Tanzanian guy standing there, like almost like he was waiting for me. And I said, "Can I help you?" And he said, "I'm looking for somebody who wants to buy Maasai sandals because I make them." And I was like, okay, confirmation. I mean, and that is just really what the Lord has done for everything here. How I got here, you know, who I was supposed to help, how I was supposed to help them. So I took a suitcase load home to America. And I told my sister that we need to figure out how to sell these sandals, and we have to start a nonprofit, and we have to get a board of directors, and we have to get a 501c3. And within 3 months, we had a board of directors, a 501c3, and a website. And I came back and moved into this village and started, you know, building relationships with the women and trying to figure out who was going to be able to take advantage of this project. We really didn't want to be a handout. We wanted to be a hand up, and we wanted women that had the ability to grasp what they were being, the opportunities that they were being given. And so in May, last May, we opened this workshop, and we started training these women to bead these sandals. Kudra came, and she was one of our trainers, and what we realized that it wasn't enough to just give them a salary. Most of them had not really had a paycheck before. Most of them didn't have, you know, healthcare knowledge or money management knowledge or things like that. And we thought, wouldn't that be neat if the women could actually run the shop themselves? It could be a sustainable sandal business. And so what we did is we came up with a 4-phase program where the women would start out in phase 1, beading the sandals, getting a certain salary. We would teach them how to budget that. We would give them intro to healthcare, disease prevention. We had a doctor come and talk about a rape and abuse clinic that's in town, and different ways to prevent getting diseases, things like that. Then we also started a literacy program. Some people don't know how to read and write in their own language, and we thought that we could teach them English because that would just expose them to more and educate them and empower them further. And then we also do Bible studies. We have a Bible study here on Fridays, which is our discipleship program. And so we have 4 phases that we think the women will be able to go through. We hope by phase 3 and 4 that we'll see the real champions of the program that would be able to take over this, and we'd be able to teach them business skills like you know, counting and inventory and production and things like that. We are just beading the sandals here right now. We just hired a leather fundi. It was really hard to find somebody that had a knowledge in leather. We wanted a woman to teach the women. No women know how to work with leather in this area, and we thought that's amazing because we're opening a whole new industry, because you have to know how to treat it and finish it and work with it and sew it and all these things. They won't just be able to know how to make sandals, they'll be able to know how to make bags and furniture and all sorts of things. So We're really excited about it. Today, we had a seminar on clean water, and we sold water filters that were donated to us in the United States for the women. They were about $100 each, and we sold them to them for about $3 to the women because we just feel that by them paying for them, they'll take ownership of it and they'll use it. So that's what's going on here. We're really blessed. We did about 1,100 pairs of sandals last year, and we hope to double that. Most of our we have donations that come from churches and supporters, which we love for growth and development. But we would like this, this workshop to run off of the sale of the sandals, and we hope that this will be a model of many more in the area.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks,
So thank
Jennifer.
you for coming.
Thank
Do you
Yeah.
guys
Could
have
I
any
give you guys
questions?
a card?
She's got cards if you want to.
Let's pray for her.
Yes, please. And Kutra too. You can pray for her too.
So some of these are
These are the styles that are on our website. Some of them. This is her too. Yeah.
They're short. They're short.
You know, if I had those on and you guys can get them, you don't want those. I know how it works. My sister's like, why do you